Welcome back, Pure Structure Traders and YouTube, for another weekly trading recap for you guys. Today we'll be going over some of the trades we took on S&P 500. Again, we're still doing that small account challenge for you guys, but we're switching it up. We did get a little bit past that 1500 mark that we wanted to see, and then so we switched it up from trading the micros and moving over into the regular ES. And when we get up to about 3000, one will scale up, two will start to trade gold from there. But we'll take a look at what we've been trading so far on S&P 500. Again, with this, we want to stay disciplined. We want to try to take it as slow as possible, see if we can get some of the best setups that we got. And again, we're only taking 1 to 2 points off of the trade. We've got about 3 trades per day that we could take per max. And if we lose a couple, then we're going to stop after a certain point. But with that, guys, we're going to show you guys exactly what we've done so far this week. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get into what we've looked at so far for the week on S&P 500. So for the most part, you can see was strongly bullish. We got as high as somewhere around these 45.90s, and then started to travel back down from there. We are coming into a main level of support, 45.50. You can see nice bounce off that area. So we are looking to see for the London session, if we continue to stay above that level, we may end up seeing this trying to come right back up into these 60, right around these 56 to 57s, and then right around these 61 to about 62s. See if we get back up to that level. Again, that could hold resistance and pull right back down, but we'll see as we get into the London session. If you guys did not watch the market analysis videos, definitely recommended to watch those videos. Again, they help you understand where buyers and sellers may end up stepping into the market, and some ideas behind where we're going to trade and why. But with that said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into what we've done so far on S&P 500 this week on the small account challenge. So take a look. Again, we didn't have too much. We had a couple trades here, but let's take a look at the first trade that we took on S&P 500. Zooming into this area here for you guys, take a look at what's happened here. So we did get a couple bounces off this level. You can see rotation back 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then we had a nice bounce off this level. Want to see this spike up and then continue higher, but we took it long here, 45.75.50. We got into about 45.76.50. Could have took about 2 points off that area, but then you can see it rotated right back down right before the open, rounded out right off this peak here. You can see this micro peak here right off this level, and then shot right up from there. So again, this was a good opportunity, but you can see right off the open, it bounced. It went a little bit lower, then bounced and continued higher. Would have been a great runner trade, but again, we would have had to actually try to carry it out a little bit. You can see it came down a little bit deeper than we would have wanted it to, and then rounded out from there. But not a bad trade all in all. Still took profit of 1 point off that level. So was a good trade opportunity there. You can see why we actually took that couple bounces off that level to show us some support. Moving over, let's take a look at some of the other trades that we took here on the S&P 500. So pulling this over into this area right here, let's zoom in and I'll show you some of the trades that we took here, I believe today, on this account here. So moving over into it, you can see we did take a little bit of a earlier long, which we got out earlier. You can see 45.64.25, and then we got it up for a point, 45.65.25. I should have been a little bit more patient and let this thing come just a little bit deeper. You can see we took another trade opportunity, rotated back here, 45.63.50 up into about 45.65.50. So took 2 points off that area, but you can see pulled just a little bit deeper back, didn't hit my stop. Was a nice opportunity, but you can see this bar that actually printed right after that, which was a better opportunity for me to try to take right around that area, right around this area where we actually got filled, and then look for the long side from there. That would have been a great opportunity for a continuational move to the upside. You can see it spiked into those 68, so would have been a good one. But again, still not mad about the trade that we took. Still was a good opportunity, but we always want to try to critique anything or try to really dial in on things that we can work on, and that's going to be right here. Took a little bit of a long earlier here, should have waited. This is actually a micro area that I was looking out for, which is why you see the long opportunity that we're looking for. But the main area was right here at about the 60 to 61.75s as the support. You can see the market actually dipped a little bit deeper into that level and then finally took off again from that area. So that would have been a good support opportunity there, but you can see micro level here trying that long opportunity from this area. And again, you want to keep in mind, if you have tighter stops, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to try to take higher level trades, and that's where it could get a little bit frustrating. Keep this in mind, guys. When you're trading, you have a trading plan, you have some trading levels. You want to stick to trading your areas of supports and resistances. If you create some areas along the way, if you understand like little micro peaks and everything that you're trying to trade from, and you do end up taking or putting on risks there, you can't be too frustrated with yourself, honestly. When you're done with the trade, whether it worked or it didn't work. If it didn't work, you can't be too frustrated, because again, when you step into the market, you're supposed to have some type of trading plan, areas you're looking to go long and looking to go short, and maybe even areas you're looking to stay out of the market at, right? So when you're trading, if you're not trading around those levels, or if you're not trading at those levels, and you find that your trades are away from those areas or are at areas you really haven't mapped out or put an analysis for, you cannot get frustrated. You have to learn to change those things, right? Again, in markets, it's really a mirror that reflects the internals of who you are as a person and how you react to things, and your choices. So if you want to become good at this stuff, you have to look to take responsibility for your own actions, and you have to look to take responsibility for any trade setups that you put on. Just because you take, an idea or a trading strategy from somebody else and you try to work that in the market, if it doesn't work out the way that you want to see it work out, you can't blame that person's strategy. You have to take accountability for your own actions in the market. This is your money financially you're putting on the line, right? So you want to work at it. A lot of this stuff has to do with screen time, putting your own process together, back testing your own strategies, understanding what works and what doesn't work for you as a trader, right? Learning to take that accountability as a trader, learning to grow up, learning to understand what you should and shouldn't be doing, and learning to be aware of what maybe some of the bad habits you have and some of the things that you need to change is very important, right? This business in general usually is for those people who like to be independent and who want to be able to be willing to take responsibility for their own actions, and the things that they do, right? The more you can do that, the better you will become, not only in trading, but the better life choices you'll end up making, right? But in this general business, if you learn to take responsibility for your own actions, and you learn to take accountability for the things that you're going to do, in trading, then you will learn to become a good trader at the end of the day, because you'll work on the things that you need to work on. You'll be aware of the things that need to be changed, and you'll choose to change them, right? When you see them happening, when you see things not working out, you got to choose to change that. The more you continue to sit in there, the more emotional things are going to get, the more frustrated you're going to get, and the more things are just not going to change at all, right? You're going to just keep spiraling into a downward emotional spiral. You're going to keep blowing out accounts. You're going to keep blaming other people around you, and you're never really going to get good at this stuff, because you never learn the things that are important. And trading is hugely psychological, right? There's a lot of market structure and understanding that you can get from trading. In fact, you could know the deepest points of trading. You could be the best person to define what trading is, to define candlesticks, to define what market structure looks like, but it does not make you a really, really good trader. You could know a lot about trading. I know a lot of people who know a lot about trading. Doesn't make them great traders. The psychology part matters the most, because at the end of the day, when you're in your trade or when you're about to enter your trade, can you be sound-minded in your trade? Can you be sound-minded in your approach? Can you learn to be logical, in your trades, instead of being emotional? And we want to really touch on this even as we're going over our trades here, because a lot of times what people don't understand is that, you know when they're blowing out accounts, or when they're sabotaging their trades, or when they're over trading, a lot of that starts from the thoughts in your head. It doesn't necessarily start from the trade that you put on. It starts from what you're thinking about, and it could be some, simple stuff like this. You look at a level 61.75, and you see the market stalling right here at maybe about 63, 64. And you say, hey, you know what? I'm willing to risk a trade right here at a micro level instead of waiting for the market to maybe dip a little bit lower and showing me bullish support closer to my area. And because you decide to try to get into a trade up here, it may end up coming back down, stopping you out, then finally showing the bar that you want to see, and then moving up from this area. And this happens, it even happens to me as a trader, and it's going to happen to a lot of you guys in your daily trading. But again, you cannot be frustrated with yourself. You have to learn to understand, you know what, I decided to take that trade a little bit higher than I know I should have. I decided to take that trade a little bit earlier than I know I should have taken it. And once you take that trade, and you let that trade play out, whether you win or lose, you got to focus on, okay, did I follow my process? It could be a simple process of 1-2 rotations and then a bounce up. It could be a couple bars towards your level and then a bullish bar and then you go long, right? But do you follow your process every single time? Do you follow your process only around the levels that you are analyzing to be taking a long trade or a short trade? You know what I mean? And do you take these trades and do you try to look for your process even at levels that aren't necessarily on the chart? Instead, you decided to create those levels as the market was moving, right? These are the things that you have to learn to focus on, right? And put more attention to and more energy to as you trade and as you look back on your trades each and every day, because it becomes so vital to trading. At the end of the day, when you look at your trades, can you really see where the pain points are? Right? Can you really see where you need to adjust some things? Because when you start to actually focus on those things, you start to stop blaming everything around you and take responsibility for you and your own actions, right? And that's what's important here. I see a lot of people, and, I see a lot of traders who could be really good, and who are developing and, who are getting better at it. And then I also see traders who can get stuck and stagnant in the same places over and over and over again because they just are choosing to not change what they're aware of already, right? And that could continue to go on over and over and over again. You're going to continue to blow out accounts. You're going to continue to trade off of emotions. You're going to continue to gamble in these markets, and it's not going to change until you choose to make the decision to change those things. So again, hopefully that helps you guys out. But again, you can see some of the trades that we put on at micro levels. You can see where our main levels we're at. You can see the market actually showing bullish support around our levels. You can see the market gradually climbing into those areas. And what it would have looked like if we waited patiently for the market to come back down towards our area a little bit closer, right? You could see that there still could be some profitable trade ideas, but again, we're looking to be profitable and we're not looking to be right all the time. Right? If we're wrong, we're gonna be wrong. We're not gonna jump right back in, but we are gonna look out for the market to give us something that we want to see around our areas if we get stopped out from a area that we didn't necessarily want to use as an area of support or resistance, or a level we didn't have up for an area of support or resistance. So you'll see if you watch the market analysis videos in the London sessions, in the US session market analysis videos, you'll see the levels that we talk about, the areas that we're looking for. You'll even see that even in the morning time off the US session, you can see the market actually dip lower than one of our main levels and finally came right back up, finally found that bullish support, and then started to shoot right back up to our next level. So these things happen, right? It's being able to understand, okay, well, we didn't get the support we wanted to see, or we didn't get the principles or the trade setup that we wanted to see. It didn't follow our rules of entry. So because of that, we're not going to be entering. And it might take a couple hours for the market to get around our levels and to give us what we want to see. Might not even stop at one of our levels, might go to our next level, right? These are things that we have to think about when we're trading. And if they happen, let them happen. There is no point in trying to chase a trade. There is no point in trying to trade other levels that you don't necessarily have, because what you got to understand is you're putting on more risk when you do that. When you don't analyze or have a plan or trade setup or process or what you're looking for, or levels you're looking to be trading, you are putting on more risk. You're at that point gambling when you decide to enter the market long or short from areas that you don't necessarily have on the charts. When you put up levels, that means you understand, you know what, I've seen the market come into these areas before. I've seen them bounce as support and or resistance. There's never a time where you're going to be perfect all the time in trading. No process is 100% perfect, but there is people that do this on a daily basis that are capable of withdrawing money constantly on a daily basis and taking months of winning trades over and over and again. And it's based off of being disciplined, based off of being patient, and based off of not allowing yourself to be so emotional after one trade just doesn't work itself out. Because it might have not worked out here. You might have got stopped out. Maybe this was your level and it stopped you out. The market will come back to another level and you could have another trade opportunity from that same area with the same rules and that same principles of entry, right? You have to be patient though throughout this time. You can see from this area here, 957, all the way back over here to about 1030, that took somewhere right around 25, almost 30 minutes to get to, right? You being able to wait all of this out to allow this to happen, to come down to a level that you have analyzed as an area of support, is your job as a trader. That is your job to perform well only at your levels. It is your responsibility. You should take responsibility for your actions anywhere in between if you don't have any levels, but you still find yourself going long and or short, and you only have 3 trades to put on, and you use all 3 trades and you get stopped out on all 3 trades within this area of chop, and by the time it gets to your area to trade, you don't have the opportunity to trade it because you wasted all your bullets here, right? You need to take responsibility for that. I know that there's going to be points where traders understand major levels and minor levels, right? And traders can be trading both of them. But if you understand that you back test things and you're not too good at trading long or short or at minor levels, you're better at major levels, you're better at minor levels than you are at the major levels, you have to learn to see what you're good at, what you're not good at, and what works for you, what doesn't work for you, right? That's your responsibility. If you're going to want to do this as a day trader, you need to, 1, take responsibility for all of your actions, and for 2, treat this like an actual business. Got that same mindset that says, you know what, I'm going to trade based off of a process and not based off my emotions. I'm going to use my process every single day. I'm going to try to become, or try to take the best possible trades I can take. If I get stopped out on all 3, I'm going to end my day. Or if I get stopped out on all 5, whatever you have, you end your day. You look back at your trades, you adjust, you see what worked, what didn't work. You see if the market just didn't work out for you, or if you took your trades too high or too low. You work on those things and you come back the next day and you try to work at it again, right? If you don't give up on things, you will eventually start to succeed at one point. If you choose to change and you don't give up, you will eventually start to succeed. The only time you can fail at something is if you choose to quit at it, right? That's the best way I can explain it, and I constantly will keep repeating that. But again, if you want to work on those emotions and sabotaging of your own trading, understand that it starts in your mind. It does not start with you trying to take a trade on the chart. It starts with you thinking about something in your head first, and then you reacting off of that thought, right? And from there, if it tends to become emotional as you decide to keep trading that level that might not be working, or to be trading levels that you don't necessarily have on the chart. That will spiral out of control. It will cause you to overtrade, and there's so much into this that you really got to try to fix along the way as you're trading. It could get very frustrating, you know what I mean? And if you don't have people there, again, you want to have people there to try to help support you along the way. That's the best possible. You want to have a group. You want to have people that are there to say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, and be accountable for you. Or, hey, that's a good idea, you know what I mean? Or that was a good try. Try to motivate you along the way, because a lot of times there's going to be days where it just doesn't work out for you, all right? So you want to keep that in mind. Those could be frustrating days. You could have weeks that work like that. But, at the end of the day, you want to have a support system as well. Sometimes sitting in your home and just keeping your thoughts to yourself is not always good as well. That could hinder your performance in trading as well. So you want to have people that you can throw ideas back and forth with, and just kind of talk things out with. But let's go ahead and move forward. I know that was a longer conversation for you guys, but let's move forward in this and show you guys where we're currently sitting here on our account here. So we took about 3 trades so far for the week. In the midweek, you can see all of them profitable trades. First 2 were for a point each. After the commission costs, we netted about $44.50, and the last one was for about $100 after commission costs, $94.50. So after commissions, we're up at about $183.50. You can see total number of trades 3, total number of winning trades 3, total number of losing trades, we didn't get any so far for this week. Trade win percent 100%. You can see average winning trade $66.67, largest winning trade about $100. If we pull this over, sorry, this just a little bit. So pulling this over so you guys can see, $1,578.13 is where we're at in the beginning of the week. Again, close profit is at $183.50, so account balance sits at $1761.63. So gradually climbing, maybe looking to get it into about $1,900 towards the end of the week. We'll see if we get some opportunities to trade it, but again, doing pretty well. You can see 3 trades, $183.50. Pretty happy for the midweek. We'll see if we catch a couple during the London session and into the US sessions for the next couple days towards the end of the week. We'll see where we're at. But again, hopefully you guys like these videos. If you guys do, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in here on YouTube. We'd love to get back to you guys. Hopefully these videos are beneficial for you guys emotionally. Hopefully they help you guys out in your trading as well. Again, any questions you guys got, feel free to pop them in here on YouTube. If you guys are going to continue to trade, make sure you guys trade well. You guys take care. Have a good night. Bye.